What are some of the most important ones that you're tracking, and how do they vary based on each of those banners or locations?
I think the metrics tend to be somewhat standardized as
Do
you
they?
grow. They need to be.
Yeah.
But I would say high level, obviously sales, items per basket, what the basket composition is,
Sure.
average item price. But you benchmark it to the banner, right? You benchmark it to the geography, so you can compare El Rancho to Cardenas to Tony's because those are different concepts, and how we go to market in those concepts are different. But then you also got the within the store labor metrics that you would look at, items per minute, self-checkout utilization, stocking rates, receiving accuracy we'll look at. But essentially that gives you a high-level dashboard to look at and say, how well are we operating? Where are the opportunities? What should I focus on from an operator perspective? What do I need the merchandising help from on how we go to market? What do we need to change? So it gives you a really good sense and a pulse of what we need to do.
Yeah.
But from a metric perspective, we don't track banner level or geography specific metrics because those metrics tend to be overall because you're usually benchmarking yourself against somebody, right?
Right.
So that helps kind of say, hey, and in stores, all stores, I think all retailers, we're very competitive. Not only retailer against retailer, but just a banner against banner, store against store.
Oh yeah.
This morning, one of my favorite things to do every morning, every Monday morning, is by 6 o'clock I've committed. Depending on where I am, actually, I would say 6 o'clock East Coast time, getting a report, getting an email out to the whole company. So I send an email out summarizing a sales recap for the banner. How did we perform overall at Heritage? How do we do as Cardenas? How do we do at Tony's? And then double clicking in and saying which stores are spotlight. Like, hey, how did did one store do exceptionally well and they called out? And at first, when I started doing this, I thought, I'm like, maybe nobody's reading it. Then I started going into stores and they're like, oh my God, Prabash, I want to be the store that's on that email that you sent out. I want to beat out that person. So that's exciting. And I'm like, wow, this is good. Number one, people are reading my emails. That was exciting. Number two, they care and they want to compete. So those metrics, I think when you standardize, it levels the playing field a little bit. And we, as grocers, I think those are some of the basic metrics. Now, I'm not even going into like warehouse metrics, cases, shipping, all that stuff. But from a grocery store perspective, I think those are some high level, you want to control the controllables, if you will, and you want to measure the controllables if you want to control them.